where success meets psychology in Paulina's way. Strengthen your mindset every week. Success story every Wednesday. Traders who broke through their limits. Psychology session every Friday. Join now. Hit the bell. One session could change your trading forever. Funding Pips. Built by traders for traders.
Every trader wants consistency, but let's be honest, most of you are stuck in the same loop. The good days, the bad days, the emotional highs and emotional crashes. And the truth, consistency isn't about finding a magic strategy. It's about rewiring how your brain approaches the markets. And when you look at the winning traders, you'll notice they all share the same psychological traits. And today, I'll show you 5 factors that separate the trader A, emotional, inconsistent trader, from trader B, the consistent and resilient one. Welcome to the Trading Psychology series here at Funding Pips. My name is Paulina and I am your trading psychology coach. We'll be giving away 2 25K challenge accounts during this session, so stick around until the end to find out how you can win. Okay, let's go through the factors. Factor 1, emotional attachment. Now, when I say emotional detachment, I don't mean trader B is a robot who feels nothing. That's impossible. We are human, and losses will sting. It will affect us. And wins will light up your brain's dopamine center. The difference is that consistent traders have trained themselves to switch between the emotional center of the brain, the amygdala that lights up, and the logical center of the brain, the prefrontal cortex. Now, trader A gets stuck in the amygdala loop: loss, threat, panic, action, click, buy, sell spiral. Trader B feels the same emotion but knows how to pause long enough for the prefrontal cortex, the logical center, to step in and process it as data. So, how do you practice this detachment? Here are the 3 ways consistent traders train it. The 90-second rule. When a loss hits, give yourself 90 seconds before making any decision. That's how long it takes for stress chemicals to peak and start fading away. Use that window to breathe, to write in your journal. Loss gets processed, and the next trade is a new trade. Second, name the emotion. Don't push the feelings away. Label them. See, I feel frustrated. I feel angry. Neuroscience shows that naming emotions can reduce their intensity even up to 50%. Now, trader B doesn't deny the emotion. They manage it by acknowledging it. So you have to reframe the story. Trader A says, I lost $500. I'm terrible. Let me get it back right now, because otherwise, clearly my trading strategy is not working. I'm not progressing. Whilst trader B says, I lost $500, sticking to my rules. That's the tuition. Part of the game. That's data. Next trade is a separate piece of data independent of that loss. The words you use literally decide whether you encode the loss as trauma or training. And that's the real takeaway. Consistency doesn't mean you never feel emotional. It means you stop trading for emotional validation and start trading probabilities. Now, factor 2 of consistent traders is patience and selectivity. Patience is one of the hardest skills for traders because your brain isn't wired for it. Here's what's happening. Dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, drives the urge to click, buy, sell, buy, sell. Every new candle, every move, every alert gives you a tiny spike of anticipation. Trader A chases that stimulation, whilst trader B rewires the reward system to the satisfaction that comes from waiting for A+ setup. For example, trader A takes 6 random trades in one session. He's active, stimulated, and ends the day in red. Trader B takes 1 clean trade. After 3 hours of waiting, less action, less excitement, but ends the day in green day. So how do you practice patience and selectivity? Well, you have to predefine your A+ setup. Write down exactly what makes a trade worth taking. Entry rules, confluences, stop loss size, exit point. If it's not there, no trade. Having a checklist telling your brain that this is worth waiting for. Reward is the wait, not just the win. And at the end of the session, where you skip the low quality setups and protect your capital, write in your journal, win equals no trade taken outside of my rules. And over time, your brain is going to learn to release dopamine from the restraint in the markets, not from random action in the markets. Number 2, set a max risk per day. Decide, okay, today I'm taking 2 trades no matter what, win or loss. That's it. When the risk is used, close the charts. The limit forces your brain to value quality over quantity again. And here's the key takeaway. Consistency is boring. It's not fireworks every session. It's learning to enjoy the discipline of waiting, because where the edge is the patience. Now, factor 3 of resilient traders. Factor 3 of the most consistent traders. Resilience is built in drawdown, because drawdown is the point where most traders break, not just financially, but psychologically. Here's what happens in a brain. For trader A, a losing streak collapses their identity. They think, I'm a failure. And when they think that, the stress hormones like cortisol spike, the tunnel vision and the tilt kicks in. Whilst trader B sees it differently. This is the cost of being a trader. And this is something that lights up the hippocampus, the memory center, and it stores the experience as survival, not trauma, which makes that trader less reactive the next time. Now, trader A would double their risk to win it back, revenge trade, and wipe their account. Trader B would halve their risk. They would journal, they would control their emotions, and they would finish the week flat or in loss, so it doesn't matter, it's control. So how can you train yourself? First of all, you need to install a drawdown protocol before you even hit it. Decide, when I'm down 2%, I go half in my risk. If I'm down 5%, I post trading for the week. Having rules, stop still before it starts. Practice those micro resets as well. After a loss or bad session, step away for 5 minutes minimum. Stretch, breathe, reset. This teaches your nervous system that a loss isn't life-threatening. It's recoverable and manageable. Reframe those losses as business invoice. Write one line in your journal after each drawdown day and say, this is the invoice paid to the market. I'm running a business. And this is going to reframe and shift the identity of what a loss means in your brain. So what's the key takeaway from all of this, from the factor 3, is the consistency is not about avoiding the drawdown. It's about surviving it mentally, emotionally, and financially. Now, factor 4 of most consistent traders is risk discipline. What I mean by risk discipline is the foundation of consistency, because no psychological trick will save you when you blow your account. Here's what happens in the brain. Trader A sizes trades based on emotion. After a win, dopamine spikes. And again, confidence, fake confidence, trick the trader into increasing the lot size. After a loss, cortisol surges, and fear makes trader risk erratically. That's not strategy. That's gambling and giving into your emotions. Trader B, though, has strict rules and protects the capital like oxygen in the markets. The logic then takes over any emotion and decides the position size. For example, Trader A risks 3% on one setup. This is the short setup. The market will drop now. No, account gets destroyed. Trader B risks 1% per trade, win or loss. And they can lose 4 trades and they can still survive in the markets that week. So how should you practice risk discipline? First of all, risk consistency journal. After each session, write one line. Did I stick to my risk rules? Yes or no? Because here's the truth. Even if the trade was profitable, breaking your risk plan is still a failure. This restrains your brain to value discipline over outcome. And the real takeaway, discipline isn't about controlling trades. It's about controlling the risk. Capital is the oxygen that allows to help you breathe in the markets, protect it. And you always have another chance to win. Your daily, weekly, and monthly risk limits should be non-negotiable. And they shouldn't be random either. They must be calculated from your data, from your trading edge. You need to know your average losing streak. What's your average winning streak? And from that, decide how much you can risk per day, per week, per trade, without ever threatening that survival, I'm going to lose my account. Now, factor 5, identity alignment. Here's the final piece. Most traders ignore their identity. Trader A tries to act disciplined, but deep down, they still see themselves as emotional, inconsistent, maybe even unlucky. The self-image sabotages the action because your brain always fights to stay consistent with how you see yourself. Now, trader B doesn't just follow the rules and is disciplined. Every small action they do is the identity vote. I'm a professional. I'm a great risk manager. I don't chase the trades. And over time, that belief system drives their behavior automatically. Now, trader A breaks their rules and justifies it. One little exception won't hurt. Just this trade, I'm going to over leverage. Whilst trader B journals even tiny win. I followed my plan today. That's who I am. Even though I lost, that's all right. See, how do you align and train your identity? Well, write your trader and identity statement. I am a patient, disciplined trader. I protect my capital and I act only when my edge is present. Read it before every single session. This exercise rewires your brain. That is your daily confidence vote, that each time you follow your trading rules, you remind yourself, that's a vote for my future self. Enough votes and discipline becomes who you are at the core. So it's no longer forced. You don't trade your strategy. You trade your self-image and who you truly believe you are. And this is where you will start sticking to your word, because at the moment when you break the rules, you are damaging that relationship with yourself, and that affects your self-image because you never keep the word when you say, I will not break the rules this time. The more you see yourself as a professional, the more your actions fall in line with that identity, inside and outside of the markets. So now in summary, there's one last consistent traders share: humility. Consistent traders never think they've cracked the market. They know the market changes, so they evolve with the market. That humility is the actual superpower. Trader A repeats the same mistakes over and over, blaming the market, blaming the news, blaming Trump's speech, blaming everything but themselves. Trader B, though, reviews the trades every day, maybe weekly, studies the patterns, adapts their setups according to what's going on in a world, fine-tunes. That's the difference between growth mindset and long-term consistency in a market. And that's why and how you can last in a market. So here's the truth. Consistency isn't about finding a magic indicator. It's built through psychology. Consistent traders detach from outcomes. They wait for clarity. They survive the drawdowns. They respect the risk. They build the identity of a professional trader, and they stay humble enough to keep evolving. Trader A rides the emotional roller coaster, breaks the rules and blames the market and everybody else. Trader B trades in probabilities, no emotions. It's data-driven intuition, and every setback is a tuition. The real question is, which trader are you becoming? Now, as promised, let's talk about the giveaway. We're giving away 2 25K accounts to help 2 traders take the next step in their trading journey. So to enter, all you need to do is like this video, subscribe to Funding Pips YouTube channel, and drop a comment below this video to tell us which of these factors you are going to work on to become more consistent in the markets. Winners will be announced right here on the channel via a psychology blog, which we post every Thursday night. So make sure you've got your notifications turned on so you can check when we announce the winner. And before we wrap up, if you want to go even deeper into trading, join us in our Beyond the Chart series at 7 p.m. Dubai time on Funding Pips YouTube channel, where we break down the fundamentals of the week and explain how these big events actually moved the markets. Now, that's it for today's Trading Psychology series. Thank you for watching. Good luck in the giveaway. And remember, consistency is a choice, and it starts with you.
Where success meets psychology in Paulina's way. Strengthen your mindset every week. Success story every Wednesday. Traders who broke through their limits. Psychology session every Friday. Join now. Hit the bell. One session could change your trading forever. Funding Pips. Built by traders for traders.